You know, in this economy, a lot of folks are going back to work who maybe thought that they were going to spend the rest of their time at home. And I'm here with my girlfriend, Carrie Baker, who owns Part-Time Pros, and we're going to talk with you about what women can expect if they're getting back into the job force. So let's sit down and chat. And Carrie's the expert with Part-Time Pros. So if women are thinking about now getting back into the workforce, what do they need to keep in mind?
I think the best advice that I can give women who are wanting to go back into the workforce is set your expectations. Have realistic expectations. I often counsel women who have left the workforce, say 13, 15 years ago, to raise their family, and they're ready to get back in. They have a ton of value to bring to the table to many organizations, small businesses and medium-sized businesses. However, all they know is what they left, and so their salary expectations, their position expectations, etc., are the same as where they were when they left. So I have to counsel them that be realistic, that if you've been out of the workforce for a decade, that you want to have flexibility, just like those corporations that we partner with have flexibility, because we're looking for long-term part-time matches with professionals. So I counsel them that be agile with your salary requirements, just like the company is agile with their schedule, and place value on that flexibility that they're giving you, because they're giving you an opportunity to get back into the workforce kind of 1 foot at a time, and work around the schedule so that you can still have time to be a mom and a wife. And my big thing is that if you have the skills, if you have all of these attributes that you can contribute to a company, they're going to see that. So if you can get your foot in the door, prove yourself, earn that trust, the money will come, the prestige will come, everything that you want will come. It just may take a little flexibility on the front end to get your foot in the door.
Now, for somebody who's been out, let's say for a decade, we'll use that as our example, are they going to have more training, or some of the things that they've done being a mom and a wife and, taxi service and, housekeeper and all these different hats that they've worn, does that also bring that value of the 10 years that they've been out of the technical workforce?
Well, honestly, I think organizational skills are transferable no matter where you go, because we all have busy schedules. We all have to juggle a heavy workload, whether it's you're staying at home raising 3 kids or you're running a company with 150 employees. We all have that balance that we're striving for, and we're constantly trying to juggle. When I counsel women who are looking to get back into the workforce, I tell them to look back, reflect on what you've done over the last decade, and figure out what's transferable into corporate America. I don't counsel on putting in that I was a taxi driver, or I changed, X number of diapers, or I could change a diaper in 30 seconds flat.
Which is a talent,
It is a talent, or I could change a diaper with 2 fingers and have one hand on another child. But look at things that are transferable to corporate America. If you have outside hobbies or passions like photography, you're really great at social media, and you've set up a great Facebook page, and you understand social media and connecting in social media. If you're technology, if you're very savvy with the latest and greatest technologies, if you use Excel to do your household budget, if you use QuickBooks to run your finances, all of those things are transferable skills back to corporate America, and that's what I want women to highlight on their resumes, because those are things that companies will look for, because they're running on QuickBooks, they're using Excel, they're using Word documents. Those are all things that we use in business and in personal life. So that's what I want women to reflect on.
So you don't just have this 10-year gaping hole.
Absolutely. Running PTAs, doing volunteerism, all of those things are great. My big advice to women, though, is if they're running a special event for a fundraiser for a church or for their school, when they're putting that on their resume, to be very tactical. List out specific tasks. I managed a group of 25 volunteers. We successfully raised $500,000 for the school. We successfully obtained over $20,000 in donations. Be very specific, because those sorts of things are in the language that corporate America is looking for.
Excellent. Are there certain words that they can put on their resume? I mean, are there little, I always hear transparent and, empowerment and all these different big words. Are there some words that would be great to put on that resume?
I'm a really big proponent in using words that are a reflection of you as a person, because if you're trying to spell check and figure out a word that sounds good but really is not a reflection of you, don't use it.
Gotcha.
I'm also big on action words. If you have successfully raised a certain amount of money for a nonprofit that you volunteered at, to write that, to be positive, and to show that action that, I successfully raised $500,000 for this nonprofit, or I managed a committee of 50 individuals, or I chaired an event that resulted in, $200,000 for the organization. Really use action words that show that you're not just lip service, that what you have done has generated results.
And best of all, you've seen success stories. I mean, you've seen women who have been out of the workforce for a period of time. Tell us some of those.
Well, I could spend hours telling you success stories of individuals that have come to me that have said, I'm ready to get back into the workforce. Just one example is a lady who's a mom of four, and she really wanted to get back into the workforce, but she still wanted to work part-time, which meant about 25 hours a week. She still has 4 kids in school. So she had a full schedule, but she was ready to get back in. Her youngest was starting kindergarten. She was going to be in school every day. She said, it's not about finding a job. It's about finding a good fit for me personally. So we worked together to really hone in on her skills, what her talents are. And I worked with her on her expectations because she was a senior level executive when she left over marketing and communications, making north of $100,000. Now she accepted a position that had the starting pay of $12 an hour because she felt passionate about the organization. She felt passionate about the management and the mission, and she had enough confidence in herself to know that she had the skills and she could get the job done in 20 hours or less and do an exceptional job. So she started, and within 6 months, she had grown the company's profits based on marketing and business development by 50%. They doubled her pay. They doubled her commission. She earned that trust, and she's now a key part of the management team on a part-time basis. So there's lots of stories like that she was smart enough to know that she needed to be agile coming in and look for the right company and look for the right culture and work around their budgets, go in, prove herself, generate money to enable the company to pay her according to what she really deserved.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yay, I love to hear those stories. And as you can see, it is possible to get back into the workforce. And I want to encourage you, too, to hook up with your girlfriends who are successful. I mean, Carrie and I have become friends, and I learned so much, ask her a lot of questions. We bounce ideas off of each other. And I think that's really, what Gabby Girlfriends is all about, empowering all of us, whether we're getting back in the job force, whether it's raising kids, no matter what it is. So I want to thank you from a girlfriend standpoint.
Very welcome.
Not just for doing the interview, but for being part of my support system.
Absolutely.
All right. Gabby Girlfriends signing out.